Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Thank you for joining me. I am trying today to stream Warframe. Now, this has been a unending nightmare from the Xbox, trying to stream on Twitch. The first thing that happens is when you have Warframe queued up in the background, you jump over to Twitch to set it to broadcast. It tells you that this game does not allow live streaming, which is weird because I've looked all over the internet and nobody's really said anything about why it doesn't allow live streaming. So, you know what? I'm just figure, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm just going to try to force it through and see what happens. It's probably going to drop me halfway through, if not before then. But I wanted to kind of show off a little bit about what Warframe is about. I mean, we're in the week of TennoCon, which starts this weekend. Free Warframes. And these guys, let me tell you, Warframe is a bit of a grind. So if you are of an interest, of a mind to try out Warframe, this is a great weekend to do it because you get a free Warframe on top of your other Warframe. Whichever starting Warframe you pick. I think it's Mag, Volt, or Excalibur. Obviously, the obvious answer to that would be Excalibur. This gentleman right here. Excalibur's one bad dude. If you have to start with anybody, start with him. He is a melee focus. He uses guns. He uses throwing knives, arrows, you know, whatever. They can all use each other's weapons. But he shines. Absolutely fluorescently shines when it comes to melee combat. This dude does ridiculous damage, and he's got some bonuses to using melee damage. So let's just check out the Void. I like the Void. I like the aesthetics of the Void. I think it's prettier here. So we're gonna jump over here. We'll go to a Exterminate, and we'll go solo, so we're not interrupted by other players. And let's take a look, and I'll show you a little bit about what he can do. This shouldn't take too long, but I figure I'd jump into a couple of different missions with a couple of different Warframes to show you what their specialties are. This one, he is a straight-up killer. This is what he does. He hunts, he destroys. He is a master. All right, you done, Lotus? He is a master of seek and destroy. If there's a mission regarding catching a spy or whatever, which they have, I can't remember what they're called offhand. It's not interception. Maybe it's interception. Retrieval. I don't know. There's one where you have to hunt down a particular enemy and take him into custody. And this guy...
As long as the enemy is here, this tower is useless to us.
Thank you. This guy is a master of that. I mean, absolute. He teaches the master's class. Missed him. Dang it. You saw how close that was, though. It hit his freaking ankle. Oh, right by his foot. Oh, I'm stuck on the thing. Oh, my gosh. Hush your mouth. Yeah, I didn't think you wanted any. Ooh, looks like we got the whole group angry at me. Let's go. His little spin attack does all kinds of extra damage too. Not that these guys are difficult. Right now I've got this Warframe set to fight at least twice this level. We'll fight levels 20s to 30, no problem. He'll still one-hit kill most of them. These guys are like level 15, so super easy. You can see they're barely even touching my shields. Time to move. Time to move. Boom, sucker. Yeah, you touch that seismic event line that thing spits out, and it will knock you to your butt, which is a little bit obnoxious. That's why I enjoy taking those things out. Oh, did you see that? That is what I love about Warframe. If you can imagine it, you can freaking do it. Jump it over that rail and just catch to the top of his head. Oh, dead.
Stay focused.
It's beautiful.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, bring it, dude. Bring it. Oh, I see him. Oh, it's gonna blow. I think. Oh, maybe not. Boom! It blew. So we go back in there and you can see it's no longer there. Who the crud monkeys is shooting at me? Okay, I see you. Oh, yeah, those beams will take your shields out in one hit. So, you can see we got another one of those stupid little circle things rotating over there. So this gun's specialty, it will track enemies through walls and kill through walls. So all I have to do is wait for it to find the enemy. There's this little dot, and then pip. And like I said, any Warframe can use this particular weapon. Killed by our own thing, were ya? Aw. Wee lamb. Ouch. Dirty bird. Alright, here we go. Float. Ooh, he's got another one coming. Eee! Oh, he still got me. So you have to knock that thing off the top, and then damage it a little extra, and then it'll blow up. Like that. And if you're too close, it will damage you. So, as I've said, Excalibur is a melee focus Warframe. So there's all kinds of different weapons that you can use. I mean, there's literally, you think of a melee hand-to-hand weapon, a martial arts weapon, they have it in this game. But his specialty is swords, and so he actually gets a damage buff for using any sort of sword. And there's a number of different swords. Right now I'm using a Nakana, which is a kind of a knockoff of a katana. And his style is also similar to that one you would expect out of a samurai or something like that. I mean, it's not, obviously, it's not going to be very authentic. It's going to be very, well, I guess I don't want to say stereotyped, but stereotyped, you know. But that's alright. I mean, this is a game. We're not looking for reality here. We're looking for something that's fun to play and is just impressive. And this guy definitely gets impressive. So, the main focus of this mission is extermination, right? But you see I'm going in here and I'm getting into crates and I'm picking up all kinds of junk, right? Well, the junk that you pick up is used later on for crafting, and that's how you get new weapons. You can pay real money. I mean, this is free to play, but if you want to pay money, you can do that. But everything that I have not paid a cent for.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
I've been able to get extra Warframe slots. You saw I had, when I brought up Excalibur, I had 5 slots in there. I actually have 6 Warframes, and I have 5 slots. I think you initially are able to use 3 character slots, maybe 4. I can't remember if I had to buy 1 or 2. But what they want you to do is you have to purchase them with platinum, which is the in-game currency that you can only get with real-world money. But what they've done, which I can't give them enough credit for, is they've set up a trading system in the game where you can trade rare items, rare artifacts that you find in the game for platinum, and people will buy them because they can use those in turn to improve their Warframes. So you can either use them to improve your Warframe, or you can sell them for platinum and use that platinum to buy all kinds of good stuff. So it's kind of like a treasure hunt, which is another reason why I'm a little more thorough than a lot of the players on here, because I am definitely not paying to win here. Not that the game's, well, I guess the game is kind of pay to win. The paying will take away a lot of the grind. I'll just go with that. You can certainly have a much more powerful Warframe much quicker if you're willing to put money into it. But as it's not PvP, it's PvE, the advantages are negligible, right? You're not going to outdo everybody else because you're not fighting each other. I mean, there are a couple of ways where you can play with other players, like versus, and they're fun, but they've gone out of the way to make them very limited. You can't use your full-powered Warframe with all of its stuff unlocked. You can use the basic Warframe, like I can use a basic Excalibur with a basic Nakana, and I can fight with it, and I can do really well, but you're not taking your super-powered monster that you create while you play, right? So, and I'll show you how you customize a little bit
Stay focused. There's
to show you kind of how a monster is made in this. This game's so much fun. I think I've done a Let's Play before, honestly. It may have been on the PC. I don't remember. Or it may have been one of these scenarios where I'm just like, you know what, I know it says can't live stream, but I'm going to live stream it anyway. Either way, I know I've showcased Warframe a little bit, but I had not had this many characters, nor had I had the experience that I've had so far. I've actually leveled up quite a bit. So you can see I've got these little sentries. Every time I step on one of these little circles, it activates a new sentry. So they're all kind of up and firing at me right now. Let's check this out. We go here and use one of his abilities. Boom. Knocks them all out. Every one of the Warframes has a different ability. Some of them are similar. I mean, there's 50, nearly 50 Warframes. So there is going to be a little bit of similarities between some of their abilities. But they have done an excellent job of using those abilities to create a unique gaming experience. So each character that you get is going to play very differently, and it's going to change how you play the game. And that's the real cool thing about Warframe, is it's a completely different gaming experience depending on which character you're using. So you start out with one character, and then you want to start getting new characters to improve your playstyle. That was accidental. I was trying to do a ground pound, and the same button for ground pound on the Xbox is the one for launching the the spy bot or whatever it is that peeks through walls and lets you shoot through walls. See, what I'm trying to do is boom that. It just kind of stops combat for a minute because everybody's up in the air, and lets you get a hold of things that are usually higher up in the air, and you can't get a hold of, like this little drone-looking things. Looks like a flying blender. Oh, there you are. I see you. And then this guy's over here. Oh, there you are. Stop moving! I see you. Yeah, you're not getting away. Like that guy right there. Boom! Extra hard to get, those guys up there. And that one's blue because he is like kind of supercharged. They call him Excellus or Eximus. I think it's Excellus. Anyway, they're kind of like a mini boss, not really, but kind of. They usually have double or triple the health and do a lot more damage, and they buff their enemies around them, and they're not terribly hard, especially in this map when I'm as overpowered as I am. Oh my gosh, you lived! What the heck? I thought for sure I'd snaked my knife around the edge of that corner, but I guess not. Gotta be sure. Here's another one of those special kind of mini boss enemies. As you can see, he still went down like a sucker. But when you get higher level maps or higher level enemies, or when you're a lower level character, look at this guy. What's this guy doing? When you get lower level enemies, or I'm sorry, when you're a lower level player, or they're a higher enemy. If I can get this crud straight in my head, that was beautiful. Then those guys really do become much more of a challenge. So if I took this character to the hardest worlds that I've unlocked, oh my gosh, those things are a fight. I might actually have to use my Exalted Blade, which is another one of his abilities. So he has, this character, Excalibur, has 4 abilities, right? So I have Blind Justice, it just blinds everybody around me. It's kind of like a flashbang, so they can't fight back. Then I have Slash Dash, which just kind of launches me at high speed at an enemy. Oh, I should have just jumped. I didn't know. I was assuming it was going to come down. There we go. No fall damage in this game. So Slash Dash launches you at high speed towards enemies, and you kind of chain them together, but they use energy. So you can see at the bottom, underneath, at the bottom right of the screen, underneath the little symbol that has, sorry, focus here for a second, clear these guys out. Ooh, that was kind of messy for a second there. Boom! You see how that just kind of sends them flying. So nice.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run.
Aww.
Another successful mission. Find Extraction.
No, you said if any of them are here, then that's going to cause problems. So I've got to wipe every single one out. Because that's what you said. It's all your fault. And now I have to murder everything. So yeah, where was I? Oh, his abilities. So he's got Radial Dash, which does boom, and he just any enemy in his way is wiped out, right? So then you got Radial Blind. This thing blinds everybody in the area. Radial Javelin. So instead of blinding them, this just kills them with spikes. And I'm not really sure why anybody would not use that as opposed to Radial Blind. I do not use Radial Blind for anything. Radial Blind uses a little less energy. Come on. Up, up, up. There we go. Up, up, up. Come on. Up, up, up. Try to get up here. Up, 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 up. Grip. You can grip to walls. I mean, you really are a ninja. Oh, there it is. I kind of passed it. Nyabra. There are secrets all over this, and you are rewarded by finding secrets by having all kinds of good drops and stuff. This is also a place where you would be more likely to find one of the treasures. Now, I haven't found a treasure up here in a while. I did just sell a whole bunch of my treasures. I sold, I think about 18 of them. So, I'm actually on the market for more treasures. And this would be a place where you'd find them, but I've never found one up here. But you will find these little secrets all over the game. And you have to really pay attention, otherwise you're missing treasure and basically missing real-world money. Or at least a replacement thereof. Rad. And then his last ability. I went through the other 3 abilities. His last ability, the Exalted Blade. This thing does so much damage. There is nothing that can even stand up to it that I've found so far. I mean, even at level 30, I'm taking 2 hits at most, and things are just dropping. It is super powerful. As you can see, it not only functions like a sword for melee combat, but it also sends out a wave of energy, a cutting wave of energy. It'll chop your suckers in half from across the room. So it does turn into kind of a ranged attack as well as a melee attack at the same time. Super handy. Gotta love it. It, instead of using a prescribed amount of energy, and I think it does actually maybe have a couple of, like, it'll use like 20 points to activate or something, I don't know. But then it uses a point every second, or maybe 2 points every second, so it does have a countdown where it's going to drain your energy. And that number on the bottom right, the absolute bottom right of the screen, it says 300, that is how much energy I have. So if I use up my energy, what happens? Well, I can't use my abilities until I get more energy. And that energy is found by opening boxes, killing enemies. You'll see a blue, kind of a dark blue glowing orb thing. That is energy. You pick that up, and your energies are recharged, I think, by 25 points each one you pick up. So you can see these things over here. These are your mods. This one's for a carrier, that one's for a little companion. This one is a stance for whips. So if I equip a weapon that is a whip, I can use that stance to change the attacks that I can do. And so it adds a lot of variety. These other things, these are all crafting materials. Credits you use to build anything, buy anything that's not buyable only with platinum. So that was Excalibur. All right, let's show you some of the other ones. Let's see here, and if you have a preference, let me know. But here's the ones that I've unlocked so far, minus Loki Prime. I have Loki Prime. I don't have a slot for Loki Prime, so he's just kind of sitting in my inventory. Not a big fan of Loki Prime. I don't like his playstyle. He's okay, but these guys are way more my style. I love dishing out a ton of damage. Frost is a defense specialty. He has an ability that, let's see if we can go here. An ability called Snow Globe. Whoa. Let's see if I can get it to pop up. That creates, as you can see that little picture there, it creates a barrier around an object. So on a defense mission, you have it's usually a cryopod with somebody inside, that you're supposed to defend from waves of enemies. You drop that thing down, none of the enemy projectiles can get through it. They can walk through it, and they can still attack, but it does them damage to walk through it. And if they shoot through it, It doesn't go anywhere. They get no damage on your target because you have this barrier up. The other attacks he has freeze. He can freeze a single enemy solid,
Operator,
and then you just break them.
you visualizing a bloody battle?
Ordis.
Me too.
Shush. Ordis is kind of obnoxious. Ice Wave sends like a single path of ice crystals out that does a ton of damage. And then Avalanche kind of does it in all directions. It's kind of his answer to the Radial Javelin that Excalibur has. But really, the main reason I love this character is right here, the Snow Globe. Because you can set that down and know your place is defended, and you only have to worry about melee attackers. And it makes it so much easier. And this thing lasts for a long honkin' time. So, definitely a great defense build. Let's see. Come on. Oops. Let's switch here. And you can customize your characters as well, like the coloration stuff. You notice this guy doesn't look the same as the example here. You can change helmets, and you notice this little blue number says 75, this blue number says 165. That's all platinum. So if you want to customize the look of your character, you got to use platinum. Wait for unlocks that come up every once in a while, like they'll do giveaways where you can get those things, or just deal with what you got and change the colors instead, which is what I do most of the time. You do get animation sets, so you can make them look different. That's his noble animation set. That's his agile animation set. He looks too blocky. He's kind of looked wide. Look at the size of that neck. He looks a little too blocky to be agile, in my opinion. I mean, he is. I mean, all the characters have very similar motion styles, movement abilities. Some of them do have different buffs to movement, but anyway, there's so much to get into in this game. Literally so much. But you can go in here and you can change it. Different palettes are unlocked with platinum, but they do palette giveaways pretty frequently. So you can pick your palette, pick whatever color you want, and it'll change whatever it is you're looking at. So, I mean, that's kind of what we got.
Operator.
Thank you, Ordis.
Strike terror in your enemies.
Oh, he's so obnoxious. I'm about to turn him down. You can actually get into the settings and turn his butt down. But then you pick your Warframe, right? You have the Warframe you want to mess with. Then you have weapons, right? So you have a primary weapon, which is usually ranged, and I have several here to pick from. And then you can also buy some. Like, I can buy this for 25,000 credits. I have 879,000 credits, but I don't like that game or gun. I don't need that gun. I actually had one, sold it. Had this one, sold it. Because instead of buying them, you can also build them. So you have a weapon you like. I like the Scourge for this character. It does area of effect damage, and these are the recommended modifications for that weapon. Alright, so it has a base amount of damage it does, and then you modify the heck out of it so it does even more damage. So like Serration, plus 40 damage, right? Well, I've got Serration here, and I've leveled this mod all the way up, so it does a plus 135% damage. Makes this thing absolutely devastating. Cryo Rounds adds plus 60% cold. Stormbringer adds plus 90% electricity. So you can start stacking and you can overpower your weapons very, very easily, very, very quickly. Spira, this is a throwing dagger, throwing knife. They're silent, so if you don't want to alert the enemies to your presence, you can take them out with this. And then the Zorus, this horrible, horrible weapon. It is a glaive, which means it's like a giant freaking throwing star. You throw it, does a ton of damage. You can also swing it around like a knife. But you can also, this specific weapon, the Zorus, you could also detonate. So you throw it out and then you detonate, and it still comes back to you. But it does so much damage to such a wide area that it is absolutely imperative to use him with a defense
If I may say,
character.
Operator, your chosen Warframe
So this guy, he can
suits you.
not only lock down the objective and keep it safe, but now he can just throw that thing out over waves of enemies and detonate and kill, 10, 20 of them at a time, single shot. So very powerful, very, very handy to have. Whereas Excalibur, while he's good at dealing with tons of enemies, he picks them off one at a time. This guy knocks them out in waves. So different playstyle, right? Totally different. Nisa is very similar to Frost. Does not have the dome, the lockdown dome. But what Niza does have is Firewalker, which sets a, as you can see on the little video, a kind of a trail of fire, so you can circle your objective, and anything that walks into it catches fire and dies. Has a blazing chakram, which is basically the glaive, but when it hits an object, they drop energy or health very, very frequently. It's like very, very often. Way more than half the time they're going to drop either health or energy. So then that means that Niza's energy levels very, very rarely drop, because you throw that and you're recharging yourself and then some. Super cool. Warding Halo gives Niza a massive shield. Like that one there says 1,437 shield points, which is roughly double what Niza already comes with. So you have the base shield plus that on top of it. And as it gets damaged, when it gets to 0, you can just turn it back on again. So it's like an infinite shield. With the Blazing Chakram Infinite Energy, this sucker is a tank. Takes tons of damage, shrugs it off, just recharges the shields and keeps going. Divine Spears, similar to Radial Javelin, it kills everything in an area. Very, very cool. Good defense. Not so much assault. I can use it for assault. This is a good all-arounder, but really defense missions, mobile defense missions. This character has bonuses to speed, so you can like hit the ground, just slide, and just scoot at high speeds. Very, very agile, very, very fast, kind of a punchy character. Let's see. I mean, you can even tell in here it moves much faster than even Excalibur does. So you can't use the weapons in here, but a lot of fun. Very, 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 like that slide is just ridiculous. Boom. So good stuff, a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, Wukong. This is a character, this is a Warframe that I have wanted for a long time. Wukong is freaking cool. And then recently, this year, they've improved him even more. Made him amazing. So Wukong is based on the Chinese legend, myth, deity, whatever, Sun Wukong, who is a monkey, right? You can see got the monkey tail going on here. Known to be able to split into different units, right? Different parts. He can bring up a clone of himself, right? Well, that's the same thing that Wukong can do here. The first thing you do when you pop into a mission, pop out your celestial twin. What that does is that gives you an AI companion that goes with you the entire time. Has his own health, has his own shields. Both are quite a bit higher than yours typically. Like you can see health multiplier 2.24x on there. So he's going to have more than 2 times your health, and does more than 2 times, or does 2 times your damage, right? And it's cool because if you are using your melee weapon, which I typically do, your twin will use a ranged weapon. And if you're using your ranged weapon, he'll whip out the melee. And he just stays within a certain radius of you and just murders everything alongside you. It is super, super cool. Very neat. Cloudwalker turns you and your twin into basically vapor and moves you at a very high speed across the map. Doesn't last very long, but it doesn't matter. It lasts for 2.5 seconds. But in 2.5 seconds, you can fly. You are invulnerable to damage. I believe it drops any debuffs that are hitting you. Like if you're on fire or something, you switch into that, and you're no longer on fire when you rematerialize. Defy makes your character even stronger, right? You become invulnerable to attack for the duration, and you do extra damage. All damage is captured, stored, and dealt back in a single furious strike of Wukong's staff. Bonus armor is then granted relative to the damage captured. Very, very cool ability. And then Primal Fury, it's kind of like Excalibur's Exalted Blade, except he pulls out a staff that is extremely huge and just starts swinging it around. I don't think it does as much damage as the Exalted Blade, but both you and your twin whip it out, and you both just start beating down enemies, and it's so freaking great. It is an absolute blast. So Wukong, a lot of fun to play. He is an awesome all-arounder, good at just about everything. Won't be as good at defense as Frost is, because once again he doesn't have that barrier to lock down the objective. But when it comes to any sort of mission where you just need to wipe out tons and tons of enemies, this is your guy right here. Absolutely fantastic character. What I've done is I've paired him melee-wise, or I'm sorry, ranged weapon-wise with the Dread, which is a special bow you get off of a particular boss that you fight. It is a bow that is supposedly, it says it fires arrows that can decapitate, and boy, it'll do more than that. It'll chop an enemy in half. Super powerful, very, very powerful damage. Let's see here. 1,974 points of damage, typically. And when you put that in the hands of your twin, he doesn't miss. So it's just bam, bam, just enemies dropping left and right while you're running around swinging your melee, which in this case I'm using a trident, the Sidon. Pretty powerful weapon in its own right. So loving that thing. And then the Dex Furious, that's your secondary. Secondaries typically aren't that deadly. They're kind of a backup. Like if you run out of ammo or something, you can switch to that. That is not the case with this. This Dex Furious, I think most of my characters use it, is absolutely horrific. These little pistols, oh my god, dude. They'll empty the mag of 100 rounds in maybe 2 seconds. And it's just so much damage. So much horrific damage. I love it. Makes me very happy. So, let's see. Can't upgrade this one any further. You can. And I just don't feel the need to at this point because it's so freaking powerful already. But what you can do is you can actually pick a slot. Dude, this game gets so deep. You can see how this one is taking... You have 60 points up here with which to use these mods. And each mod has a cost, right? The more you upgrade them, the more it costs. But what you can do is you can polarize. You can see each one of these little cards has a number next to it, right? You have a 4 and then it has that little sprig looking thing, or it has a 2 and then it has that little dash. So that dash is a polarity, that little sprig is a polarity. And so if you put a bonus, or put a card, a mod, on a spot that has one of these little polarity charges right here, it will actually have half the amount that it would normally take. So I don't have any really good ones to show you because they're all odd numbers, but here's, this one's 11 points. You can see it's going to take 11 of that 60 out, but when I put it here, it only takes 6. Right? So, very, very cool. Oops, wrong one. Wrong button. There we go. There we go. That's what we want to use. So what I can do is, like, this one is using 9 points right now. I can apply a polarity to it. I can drop one of these, they're called formas. I can drop a forma on it, change the polarity to that little sprig looking thing, and this will suddenly not cost as much and it'll free up more points. But as you can see, everything I have on here is already fully charged with the exception of, oh, I haven't charged fully for Primal Fury. I'm an idiot. That'll actually free up more points. Let's see here. Primal Fury. Where, what the? Primal Fury. Why can I not upgrade you? Where are you at? Am I blind? Huh. That's a bug. Usually, you upgrade this one. The Iron Staff, you can upgrade this. See, it has little pips at the bottom, has one little blue pip, and 2 that aren't lit up yet. You can fully upgrade that, and since it's in this primary slot, it'll actually give you more points. It'll be like 64 or 62 points, you know, whatever. It'll open that up and then allow you to apply even more points. But you can see all of my cards here are fully upgraded. So what I would do at this point is, you know, take my time, figure out what I want to upgrade this thing with, like Sundering Strike. This one has 5 points that I can upgrade. So do I want to upgrade that one fully and then swap it out for one of these? I can, and that would improve the damage of my weapon just a little bit. And so it customizes the amount of damage, the type of damage. There's so much you can get into in this. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, Wukong is super cool. He's got a bonus on him right now that every time he jumps, it spreads poison. That's one of his mods. Let me see. That is going to be Toxic Flight. So this one does 13.2% increase to bullet jump 13.2%, aim glide, wall latch duration, and plus 150% toxin in an area on bullet jump. So if you jump next to an enemy, that enemy is going to be poisoned. Oh, pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, Protea. Protea is a free Warframe. I got this one from watching the Twitch stream, from watching Warframe's Twitch stream, right? And Protea is surprisingly a heck of a lot of fun to play. Another very, very good defense character, and I'll kind of show you why. She throws out a quad grenades, right? It throws out 4 grenades, and they work kind of like if you played Dishonored, those wire traps. Anything that comes near it just gets shredded, but they just last like for a little while. I think this one duration 16.25 seconds, and you can, as you put mods on there, you can actually increase that duration. But you throw these things out, they kill everything in the area. If you hold down the button as opposed to tapping, it does what says shield satellites. So it'll throw those same grenades out, do the same amount of damage, but you'll also have these little satellites popping up that if you or one of your teammates runs over and touches, it will apply a shield, a bonus shield right there. You can see the numbers cranking way, way, way up. It'll like triple your shield protection on your character and any of the other characters that are playing. It goes up to a certain point, and it's permanent until you lose those shields, until you're like shot enough that the shields are damaged and they're gone, and then you just throw it out and you can do it again. So really good team defense, right? You're protecting your team, and the fact that you're covering an area and blocking it from enemy access means it's pretty good at defense. Blaze Artillery. She literally throws up a freaking minigun looking thing that just starts aimbotting every enemy in the area. And it doesn't last very long. This one, 3.67 seconds. But while it's up for those 3.67 seconds, it is aimbotting every enemy in the area. It's ridiculous. I love it. Dispensary, you drop this thing down, it drops a super health orb, an ammo pack that works for any weapon, and an energy orb. So it kind of recharges itself, right? And the cool thing is, if one person runs over and picks them all up, well, he's only picking them up for him. The other characters will still see their pickups and they can go pick them up. If you run over and pick yours up and it looks like they're all gone, that's only your instance. Everybody else gets their own instance and they can pick them up. The last power makes this Warframe ridiculous. Temporal Anchor. So think about if you played Overwatch and you have Tracer, right? Tracer kind of sets a point, and then she runs away from it, blasts everything, and then gets drawn back real quick, right? That's the same idea here, except your energy, all the energy that you use recharges with the exception of what you use just to start this power. So if you have 300 points of energy, you use this, you're down to 200 points. You have 200 points with which you can dump grenade fans and blazing artillery and dispensaries. You can dump everything you possibly can for 7.5 seconds, throwing everything everywhere, wipe everyone out, and then it'll pull you back to where you were and give you that energy back while everything is still getting murdered. So, I mean, it is like an ultimate, you just freaking drop everything you have, everything around you dies, and then you get back and you can basically do it again. It is ridiculous. You can spam the ever-loving crap out of it. You just have to make sure that you're picking up enough energy to buy back that 100-point drain that the base power uses. So very, very cool. I love this Warframe. I think it's a lot of fun. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. I think it's a great freaking Warframe. Super powerful. The only... Really, as far as the game and as far as the grind goes... the main frustration for me in the grind is how slowly you gain master rank. So your mastery rank, I've been level 7 for about a month now, and I play this pretty frequently. And you can see I'm just a little over halfway up to rank 8. And that mastery rank, your mastery rank limits what you can do and what you can get. So if I go over to the market and I want to buy or build weapons, right? Let's say I want to look at melee weapons. Because I love melee. So here's a whole bunch of the different weapons you can purchase and build. Right? What you're buying is a blueprint, and then you use all that random junk that I was picking up on the map when I was playing last. All that random junk that you saw me playing or picking up goes into building. So like for this Cadius, which I've already built a Cadius and sold it. If I wanted to build one, it's going to cost me 20,000 credits. No problem, I got a ton of that. It's going to cost me 2 neural sensors. I have 15, right? 3,000 polymer bundles, I have 40,000. 1,600 circuits, I have 30,000. And I'm going to need a bow staff, which I don't have. So I'd actually have to buy this and build it. And then I would have to build this with that bow staff already built. So, kind of a pain in the buns. But, let's get back to the mastery rank. So, at the kind of top corner of this little card that pops up, right? You see this one says 4, and it has the little triangles. So, this one says 4, this one says 5. That's your mastery rank. You cannot build this if you are not that mastery rank yet. So, if I wanted to build this and I was a mastery rank 3, can't even buy the blueprint, can't do anything with it, cannot use it. You are denied access to that weapon. And that's so freaking frustrating. So, there's a sword that I really, really want. This is the Nakana. This is the katana drop-off, right? This is a samurai sword that I use for Excalibur, right? So, what I really, really want... Oh, there you are. Is the Dragon Nakana. That's like the next step up, right? But I cannot get that until I'm Mastery Rank 8. I have to keep going. I have to keep grinding to get to Master Rank 8 so I can unlock that and build it. And it is like, I'm like, oh my god, I want that so bad. Because that thing's going to be freaking awesome. And so, it draws you back to keep playing. But the Master Ranks, they go up. Or here's Master Rank 10. There's other things that even go much higher than that. So, how do you get Mastery Rank? All right, how do you get the points to level that up? Do you just play maps? Do you just play missions? No, you have to level up your gear and your Warframe. So let's take a look here. When I use Excalibur, my most powerful Warframe, max rank Excalibur, max rank Zenith, max rank Dex Furus, and max rank Nakana, and max rank Exalted Blade. When I play with this character, I am gaining no mastery rank. I get no points. I get no experience from playing him. I mean, maybe a couple hundred points max for the whole mission, right? And that's just from things that I pick up. But I need... Oops. Well, come on now. I need... 13,747 points to be able to level up to Mastery Rank 8. So if I'm only getting like maybe 100 or 200 affinity, they call it affinity, but points to level up per map, per mission, then it's going to take a million years. It's going to be ridiculous, right? So what the way you get around that is you pick characters that aren't hugely leveled up. So this is only level 20. I've got 10 more points I can level up on here. I've got 10 more points I can level up on the Dragoon. I've got, 7 more points for the Spira. My max rank Zorus, that's not going to help me at all. But as I level these up, that gives me much more points into my my mastery rank leveling. So it forces you to build weapons and warframes and things of that nature just to level them up. So you level up something, then you have to switch to something else. Which is somewhat ingenious because, frankly, if I didn't have to, if I didn't have to do that, I wouldn't have found half the weapons that I like. Like, for instance, Frost's Scourge, right? I never would have even would have used this blueprint. Sorry, I have a beverage of choice, and I've had a couple of them. Let's see here. We are going to do a very simple defense mission just to kind of show you You know what? Let's see if we can join in with a group. And let me see if I can step out here for just a second. I'm gonna go here. Options. I want to make sure they're not listening to me chat while we're chatting, right? Voice. Disable voice. There we go. Yes, save changes. Okay. So voice is disabled. Now they shouldn't be able to hear me chatting. We'll do a real quick defense mission. Haha, I wish. There we go. So this is going to be with other players, other humans, that are also playing Warframe at the same time, all playing on Xbox, PC. I don't think we have crossplay yet, so it's all going to be Xbox players. There's not a whole lot of communication because typing takes forever. So we are on Wave 1. Sweet. I have 2 other players that I'm playing with. You can go up to 4 per map. So he just used an ability and killed those guys. I'm going to use an ability, my snow dome, and I'm going to protect this area. Whoa, 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 where'd you go? Did he jump up top? Oh, he just died. Gotcha. So these guys are just going to be... What am I playing with? I've got a Master Rank 0 and a Master Rank 10. That Master Rank 10 is just going to be killing everything before we even get a chance to. You saw that, though. Boom! Dang it! He's just smoking everything. He's not even near me. That's Saren. He's, he or she, I don't remember. I don't want to misgender the thing. Saren is a poison Warframe. And so, any enemies in the area is going to be, like, instantly poisoned and die. So, between Saren and my snow globe, this thing is going to take 0 damage today. But, as you can see, the reason I like this particular weapon is it not only does direct damage to your target, but it does area splash damage. So, like, boom. Hey, get off. He hit me and got frozen. That was hilarious. Alright, let's see here. Who else wants a piece? But this weapon also has a secondary ability. Somebody tried to knife me or what? I heard a tink. The secondary ability is you can throw it, and any enemy that comes into the area takes critical damage. So anybody that comes near it... Oh, blah. That was rough. That was like a full-on drive-by. I just flew past him and nuked him as I was flying. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm dead. What? These guys say funny things if you listen to them. It sounds like they're speaking another language, and sometimes they are, but other times they're like saying stuff, and it's kind of hilarious. Come on, guys, come on. Let's kill things. Boom! Oh my gosh! Would you not nuke me, please? Sheesh! Oh, there's the guy. You can see he's trying to shoot my my protected target here, this cryopod, and it's doing absolutely no damage. Its shields are still at 667, and its melee is still at, or its actual health is at 2750. So, pretty handy. Well, sweet. If we can, let's go a couple more rounds, because this is wave 3 now. If I can go another wave, I'll show you what the Zorus can do, and it's absolutely freaking awful. You think Saren's bad. It's not. The range isn't as good as Saren's, but the damage is so spicy. So good. I'm going to come over here, because this is just a really good spot to get them to line up, because they'll come up this stairway and come around this corner right here, and that means I can drop the nuke on them from here. Oh yeah, and I have bats flying out of my body because that's just what I do. Alright, here we go. You ready? Zorus. Boom! Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Stop Hey, stop killing my stuff! What's up with you? You suck. Only need 1 superhero per area, thank you! Oh, I'm not liking this guy. They're just like murdering everybody right in front of me. It's kind of filthy. Just because I'm Frost doesn't mean I can't play my guy. Alright. Well, anyway, you got to see the Zorus. That was amazing. So it will work like a glaive and just kind of fly around, right? Or you can swing it like a knife. Or a sword, I guess, a short sword. But its real power is when you throw it out and then detonate it. It does so much damage. It's ridiculous. This guy right here. This guy right here. Ridiculous. There's like nobody left to kill already. There's a couple. Dead. That didn't even do any critical damage. Usually it does. Well, poop.
Reinforcements available.
Are
Do
you already
choose
quitting?
To leave now
Oh,
or
no.
continue fighting?
There we go. Come on, come on. Here we go.
Another opportunity.
So we now
to
have another
extract
guy
will
in here.
appear
So
soon.
we're at our max of 4 total Warframes. Or in this game, Tinno. Nobody? Nobody? All right, let's try these out. I'll show you. These are the throwing knives. Yeah, they'll penetrate and kill anybody behind them as well. Hey! Drop the nuke on me. Freaking weak sauce. So, you can see, it's pretty, no splash effect, but as long as you're accurate, boom! As long as you're accurate, you don't have to worry about it. That one shot killed 2 guys, that's that splash effect as well. So, primary weapon does splash effect, secondary weapon, the little throwing knives does not, but it still does a ton of damage. And then the Zorus just kills everything in the area. It's cool because, you know, the Zorus fills a melee slot, so it's technically considered a melee weapon, and everything you kill with it is considered a melee kill. But it is ranged because you throw the dang thing, and it just kills everything in the area. Like that. There's a whole bunch of them. Look at all those guys. Boom! Boom! That was another 4 dead. Nice. Nicely done. Oh, I better check on my... Oh yeah, I can see my dome. My dome's still doing good. So you just kind of have to keep an eye on it. It'll go away and then they can start damaging the cryopod. They can also damage it, like I said, with melee if their health is strong enough for them to get through the dome that I've created. But typically, it's not. It's not. Dang guy, dang guy. Ooh, hey, stop with your nukes. I got it. I don't need the help. It's terrible manners, and most of the time you don't have people like that, but every once in a while you get somebody with no manners that wants to steal your kills and be a giant taco face. So, what's up there, guy? Oh, boom! It doesn't even have to be close, which is so great. Well, poops. This is a great game when you have had a crummy day and you need to work off some stress. You know, as difficult and stressful as like Souls-like are, like playing Dark Souls, Bloodborne, those sort of games. This game is the complete polar opposite, and sometimes that is just extremely cathartic. So, really, really recommend it. It is very, very good. You are, at most levels, untouchable. There are levels where you're going to have some difficulty. If I took this guy to the level that I'm playing at with my max level Excalibur, I would have difficulty. I would make it because the Zorus is just a ridiculous freaking weapon, but I would probably die a few times. So, at this point, I can basically just sit here and not do anything. Oy. Ooh, I see movement. Boom! You're welcome. Boom! Kind of impressed. This is wave 9 and my bubble is still sitting there. A lot of it has to do with damage. How much it's being damaged. And this thing is just not getting damaged very much. So we keep killing things before they can even get to it. So, one of the other cool things about this game is that it will scale the waves depending on how many players are playing. Alright, so if I soloed this, that's the reason I didn't solo this, is you wouldn't have nearly as many enemies. You'd have, you know, just 1 or 2 or 3 coming through, and it's super easy. I mean, they really pull out the kids' gloves, especially on this particular map. This is Earth. Earth is pretty easy. It's the starter world. So, super easy, not really a challenge. But when you start playing it with 4 other players, they really increase the amount of enemies that you're fighting, which is a lot of fun. Lot of fun. More lambs for the slaughter, basically. Oh, they're up there. No problem. Boom! Anybody? Oh, nope, we killed them all. Nice.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Come on. So every wave you get, you complete. Oh, Redfield wants to leave. Let's go. Let's go. Every wave that you complete, or every set of 5, I guess.
Very impressive, Tenno.
That you complete, you get bonus things. So this cabbage-looking weird thing, this relic, contains blueprints for like prime weapons, prime warframes, special items, and to unlock it, you have to do special missions, and those appear. So let me go out. So this is the entire area you have to play in, right? Somewhat. There's also this mirror dimension that I don't even know what it's about yet. I think you need a railjack to play in here, but it's all kind of different there, right? But here you have all these different worlds, right? You start out with Earth, and you have to fight your way through these different capture points, through the missions, and then you get to a junction. The junction, you have to meet all these criteria, which are not difficult. To collect 20 mods, well, that's one mission, right? But anyway, you complete these things, and then you fight a AI-controlled Warframe to give you access to the next planet. And then you go to the next planet, and you fight your way through, and you try to unlock everything you can. You have boss fights. Each of these has different missions, right? So there's the Exterminate Missions, which is the ones that Excalibur thrive on. These are the, you have 150 enemies, murder them all. Yes, sir. Defense, that's the one I just got done playing. You have a objective you need to protect, and you need to fight off waves of enemies. You have Rescue. This is where there are somebody from your faction locked away on this planet somewhere. You have to go find them. If you set off the alarms, the enemy will start killing your targets, your friends that you're trying to rescue. So you have to sneak in, get them out, fight your way out. They're not terribly hard, honestly. They're kind of fun. Capture. This is the one I was thinking of, and I couldn't think of the name for it. This is where you have one guy in this entire mission that you need to hunt down, and you basically knock him down so he can't fight anymore, and then you teleport him out of there, and then you fight your way out. It's so much fun. You just hunt this dude down, and then you wipe everybody out when you're done, and it's a great time. Sabotage is similar to Rescue. You have targets that you need to go find, except instead of being people, you're breaking out of jail. It is a vital part of the ship that you damage, and then you get out. Mobile defense. These are a little more crazy. You get a computer component, like a thumb drive, but it's like the size of a briefcase. You go jumping around until you find the console you need to plug it into. You plug it in, and that starts a timer. And the timer is however, like a minute and a half or whatever. And you have to protect that from waves of enemies coming in for that minute and a half, and then it'll spit the thumb drive out, and you go to the next one. Ooh, hey, I should probably get myself out of this this group before they sucker me into another mission. There we go. So, let's see, what other missions do we have? Excavation is similar to mobile defense, except you have an excavator that drops and you protect it from waves of enemies. And once its mission is done, its timer's out, then you get whatever it dug up, and you can get some rare stuff out of that. Not super rare, but good stuff. So it's usually worth it, but it's kind of a hassle because a lot of enemies. Let's see what else we got. Interception. This one is like defense, where you have a stationary target, but in this one you have 4 stationary targets, and you have to protect all 4 locations at the same time from waves of enemies coming in. So it's you really need a team, you need a squad to work with you. You can solo them, but they are extremely hard. Frost would probably be my only Warframe where I could actually solo them, because I can drop that bubble down and protect one while I'm running over to the other one. And in this one, they're not trying to destroy the target so much as they're trying to reprogram it. Think of it like radio towers. You're taking over their radio transmissions on 4 towers, and they come in and they try to change it back to their channel, right? So it's kind of a crummy mission, which is why this one's still blue and pulsing, because I haven't done it. I don't like it on this particular world. Survival. This one, you are acting as a diversion for somebody else that's in the enemy base trying to get intel or trying to steal stuff or whatever. And so you are fighting enemies as a diversion, and once you set off the alarms to start the process, they cut out all oxygen, all air to the ship. And so you have to fight with this countdown going down, and your friends will send in atmospheric whatever things that will jump it up. They'll give you a certain percentage of your oxygen back, right? But they only send them ever so often, so you have to kill a bunch of enemies, because every few of them will drop a kind of like a little bonus scuba tank or whatever, where you can get more oxygen off of it and kind of keep it going. You try to keep it going as long as you possibly can. You have to really monitor your oxygen levels and not just immediately turn on the device. Looks like an air conditioner. Turn on the air conditioner as soon as they drop it, because you could be at 95% oxygen, turn that thing on, and you've just wasted 15%. You could be down at, really should do it only when you're at 70 or lower to bump it up, otherwise you're just wasting it. So a little bit of strategy there. But really what the other fun things they do in here are assassinations. You fight bosses, and some of these bosses are super easy, and some of them are a challenge. When I fight a boss, I get Excalibur out, because Excalibur does the damage. Frost is actually, with the Zorus, is actually a pretty good solution as well. I have not tried Wukong yet, but let me show you kind of how Wukong works, and then we'll call this a day, because this is kind of a long stream, but it's been a while since I've streamed Warframe, and I absolutely love this game. So let's get Wukong. I'll show you how the Celestial Twins work.
Well put together, operator.
Well,
now
thank
get
you.
Out there and
Cut down the...
and make the Lotus proud.
He's so obnoxious. All right, let's go back over to the Void, because I like the Void. We'll do the same mission. We'll do the Extermination mission, because that one's pretty easy. There's also Capture, which is where you catch the guy. That's pretty fun. And there's a defense mission. You know what? Let's do Capture. I'll show you Capture, and I'm going to solo it, because I really don't need other players' help to do this. Really, really, really don't. Let's go. Whee! So this is a loading screen, but it lets you play with the ship. It's just so much fun. You just move the stick around, and it's all boop, 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 wiggles back and forth. It's cool. Little touches. For
We
a free
received
game,
intel that somebody vital
game
to
has a lot
enemy
of stuff.
operations is here. Find them and capture them.
yeah, all right. So my target is 142 meters this direction. Not really worried about it. As long as I'm not within visual range, he doesn't run away. Okay. Oh, traps. Gotta watch for booby traps. Who da booby now? Come on through. How'd that work out for you?
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them.
Working on it. Oh, nice try. Slide through there. What's up? That was nice. I like that. Big dog. Ooh. That's one of those Zool dogs.
Bring them in.
Oh, he's on the run. See him moving? He's on the run. Let's go. Oh, he's the one spitting out dogs. And so now I've knocked him down. Now I collect him.
Mission complete. The captain
Easy.
has been escorted to the extraction point.
That's all it is.
Done.
Super, super simple, super, super quick. But now's the fun part because you get to fight. So let's do the Celestial Twin. Let's get my buddy out here. Boom! Alright, now he is just going to start murking people. And I could just stand here and be like, dude, get him. Sick him! And he will follow me. Wherever I go, he'll go. But he operates... Oh my gosh, I was going to get that guy. He operates within my area. So as long as I'm not too far away, you saw him just teleport right there. As long as I'm not too far away, he will just murk the entire area.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, there's the heavy unit. That's the guy making all that fire over there. Boom! Sucker! What is up? Smirk. Cut him in half with an arrow. That is how my guy do. It takes a lot of the stress out because, you know, where if I'm working with a player, I don't know if they're necessarily very good, if they know how to use the Warframe. This dude right here is freaking lethal, and he does not care. Yeah, buddy. He's kind of tiptoes through the tulips through the rest of this part here. Although that's not good. Nice. It's gonna blow. Woo, that arrow went right past me. So yeah, you can, I could spend all day here going through boxes. I have no plan on doing that. We're just gonna kind of enjoy and make sure we get pretty much everybody. I'll let my arrow guy get that guy. Ouch, those explosive boxes are not my friend. You just see him go flying. Ah! Whoa. That was nice. So these sections right here, those little blue, slippery-looking pad-looking things, they will slow you the heck down if you touch them. It is like slow-mo juice. Look at that. And then everything you do afterwards is kind of slow for a second. Sorry, did you say something? Nice try. All right, so as you can tell, I really enjoy melee. But let's switch over, and I'm gonna let him do his thing while I use the bow. There's a guy way over there. Sometimes you just want to take the shot and let him just beat enemies down. Oh, I hate those things. Come on. There we go. This will fire through walls, as you can see there. Ouch. Who's shooting at me? I think we've had enough, guys. Yeah. So as you can see, if I switch to melee, he switches, or if I switch to a ranged weapon, he switches to melee, and vice versa. If I switch back, he will stop slapping things. Honestly, it's typically better for the main character to play melee, because as you saw, he was trying to run up there and get to the enemies, but he got to the end of his kind of his tether and disappeared. Makes it kind of hard, whereas ranged, he can shoot from basically anywhere. Excuse me. Oh, I saw somebody coming. So we're gonna switch here real quick. Pet, line them up. Oh, there's another guy. Nope. There's another one of those green slimies. What's up there, guy? Yeah. Yeah, nice job. You threw the grenade right next to your freaking body. Idiot. Alright. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Yeah, you can wall jump, you can play the floor as lava, not even touch the ground if you don't want to. And being Wukong, that's kind of appropriate, honestly. Ooh, secret, hold on. Nice. That's an energy orb. This is when you're out of energy. Yeah, I really don't have a need to use any of the other abilities. I guess I can get his staff out if we run across any more enemies, and we can just both go absolutely buck with it. I have a feeling we're probably not going to run into many more enemies. Ooh. Special room. Let's just make sure there's no secrets in here. I think we killed everybody. No secrets. Alright. Up there, let's go. And there you go. 3 very different play styles with 3 very, very different characters. And I'm excited. Like I said, this is a great time to start if you haven't gotten into Warframe before. TennoCon this weekend. Watch their streams on Twitch. Get a free Warframe, get free equipment, free weapons, free decorative stuff, all kinds of good stuff. 100% worth it. So, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be out. But I couldn't resist the opportunity to show this to you guys. And I'm hoping that while I'm on vacation, I might be able to hop on real quick onto Twitch and at least get the Warframes, the free Warframe. So, the Warframe that they're giving away, just for kicks and giggles, sorry, squirrel. Let's go here and go to Warframe. Starts with a T. I can never remember. Is it Tatiana? Yeah, this one. Titania? Titania? I don't know. She's freaking cool. I have not played this character. I don't know what she does. Let's see. Spellbind. Enemies fumble their weapons as they are whisked into the air. Nearby allies become immune to status effects. Nice. Hold the ability to cast the immunity onto Titania. Titania? Titania. We'll just stick with Titania. Tribute. Cycle through and extract one of the 4 buffs when cast on an enemy. Thorns reduces incoming damage. Dust degrades enemy accuracy. Full Moon increases companion damage. And Entangle slows enemies within range. Wow, that's a 4-in-1 right there. That sounds complicated though. Lantern creates a swarm of razor flies that transform an enemy into an irresistible floating beacon, attracting witless comrades before exploding on command.
Do you remember the old
Oh.
war, operator? Order
That
seems
sounds
to
like
have
fun.
Misplaced those memories.
That sounds like a lot of fun. And then Razor Wing. Shrink down. What? Ant-Man style. Look how little. Oh my gosh, you turned into Ant-Man. Oh, I'm going to play the crap out of that. Shrink down and take flight while Razor flies attack nearby enemies. Oh, that looks like so much fun. You're literally the Wasp, right? Like Ant-Man and the Wasp, you are the Wasp. Okay, that is so cool. And it's going to be free, guys. It is going to be free, my guys. Usually 275 platinum. It's going to be free. So, seriously, that is cool. That is going to be a blast. And it's going to be the Prime variant of that, which is even better. So, I told you before, I have a character. When I was talking about the characters, I have one character that is a Prime. I do not use him because I do not like the character. Go to Protea. And then I'll go ahead and switch to the other one just for a moment. That is going to be Loki Prime. Loki Prime looks cool. Loki Prime has pretty cool abilities. He can create a decoy of himself that aggroes enemies onto the decoy, so he does okay at defense. You can throw them down, they'll go after the decoy instead of the target. It lasts for a little while, 31 seconds. Invisibility, that lasts for 15 seconds. It does not feel like 15 seconds. It feels like 3 seconds. You're just like invisible for just a moment and then you're back up. But you can do anything while invisible. You can kill enemies, you can do whatever, and they can't see you. So, 15 seconds, if it was like a minute, that will be lit. Switch teleport, totally useless to me. You switch places with an enemy. It confuddles the enemy when you switch places with them. I really don't know. And then radial disarm, you just take away the guns of everybody in the area. It's kind of like radial blind. It's, in my opinion, it's definitely not worth this is like the ultimate, right? This is the 4th slot, the 4th ability. It's supposed to be his most powerful, most devastating ability. And let me switch it back to Protea. Shoot. That is like Excalibur's first ability. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, radial blind, second ability. Radial blind. They can't shoot you when they're blind, so they just stand there. Same thing as being disarmed. That's a 2nd level ability. And Loki, that's supposed to be his ultimate ability. Kinda not cool. Not a big fan of Loki. Really, really not. I mean, the invisibility, he's good at spy missions and rescue missions because he can go invisible, but 15 seconds just isn't enough. It's enough to get up on an enemy and kill him, but it's not enough to really like sneak through an entire corridor and not be seen by it. Just doesn't feel like enough. You can, and like I said, you can mess with the durations through mods and stuff, but he's not a useless Warframe. He's just these other ones that I have, I like a lot more. So, is what it is. You'll notice I do have a lot of decorations around my orbiter. You get those over time. This is your little spaceship. Through the missions, I will eventually be able to access this room. I can't yet. I'm assuming I'll be able to access this room, but I can't yet. And this one, I will be able to get permanent access to here after a couple of missions. But this one you can go into when you are infected with a nasty-looking... oh, it's gross. Looks like a freaking zit. It's so nasty. I haven't checked my characters, actually, to see if they... I think I've cleared them all of it. But basically, it's something you pick up from multiplayer, which, in my opinion, is hilarious. Does she... Oh, she might have it. I can't tell. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see. Let's find out if I can get in there. This is going to be gross, guys, if I can get in there. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got a nasty-looking zit on her neck. Oh, it's so gross. She just hides it under her shoulder.
Disgusting, is it not, operator? Ordis would enjoy
Purging this.
cleaning this room, but sadly this vile mass serves you and your warframes. A necessary evil.
So in a couple of missions, I'll be able to unlock this guy. That's the Hellmouth, whatever. You throw things in there, and he can switch powers,
I cannot
switch
explain it,
abilities.
Operator. As you know, I have sustained memory system damage. Ordis
Shush.
recommends leaving at once and welding the door shut.
Shush. You can actually use the Hellmouth to switch abilities, right? You can pull an ability off of one Warframe and put it on another. So, like, I could take Loki, who's basically useless at this point, and I could give him an ability from one of my other Warframes that would make him more useful. Super, super cool. It's kind of in-game stuff. Definitely not new beginner stuff. I'm still kind of new. But this is on my spaceship, which is so freaking cool. I love it. It's gross. It's disgusting. I have a fish. I have a couple of fish. I don't know what his name is. I should probably name him. But this is how you get rid of the nasty-looking giant zit. I'm trying to see if I can get a good look at it. It's bright, hot pink, and it's like right underneath Nisa's ear. You can kind of see it flashing every once in a while. But yeah, it's gross. It actually gets a hair growing out of it. It's so nasty, and so this will get rid of that.
No! Have you lost your mind?
There you go. All gone. I don't know that it actually does anything other than just being ugly as all crap. But, yeah. That takes care of it. And now I cannot get back into this room once I leave. I can't get back into there until I do that mission. It's like, nope, access denied. Kind of sucks. It's like, this is my ship. What are you doing, access denied? This is a decorative plastid. That's my dog. Hubro is the species. They're weird. Not terribly useful. This is where I build new things. This is where I keep track of all my mods. I have a few... Yep, I have a few mods. You can sell those for money and upgrade things. This is one of the treasures, one of the rare artifacts that I found that you can sell for actual money. This weird jellyfish looking thing. As is this weird little thing. They are scattered randomly in missions, and they're usually in hard to find places, but you collect them, you sell them, you can get about 10 platinum per artifact. So pretty handy, pretty good to have. That's a decoration I added. Of course, the theme, Chinese New Year. I liked the decoration, so I just left it. I think it looks cool. This big hand I just got off of a free code off the internet. I don't know what to... It's just a hand. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I've got a little plushie here of something. Yeah. But that's my place. This is my orbiter. It's super cool. And you can just bebop around the galaxy in here. So, kind of fun. So I do have several places that I need to unlock. So the way this typically goes, you go Earth, Venus, Mercury, Mars, and then from Mars you can go to Deimos, which is kind of the infected version of the Void, and you can go to Phobos. Phobos will let you jump over to Ceres, which is here. Oh, I gotta unlock that mobile defense. I'm not gonna do that today though. And then Ceres lets you jump to Jupiter. From Jupiter, you can see I've got a couple here to unlock as well, but I've been trying to make progress. Jump over to Europa first. This one gives you access to the second part of the Void, which, as you can see, they kind of go in little ribbons. So here's the first part. This is the new part that I unlocked. And then Neptune here will unlock this one, and Sedna will unlock this one down here. So Europa's unlocked. Saturn is unlocked. There's a boss fight there. Oh no, that's an invasion. Never mind. The boss fight is here. General Sargus Ruck.
Lotus, Grenier are your masters.
Okay.
Submit for mercy.
They're gross. I got the big blue booty here. This one's unlocked, and I finally got to Neptune, and I've made a little bit of inroads here. I got an Exterminate mission I need to do, and I've got an Excavation mission I need to do. Things are getting hard here. As you can see, level 29 to 31. These guys put up a good fight. You fight the usual guys. It's still one-hit kills, but you go against some of the Eximus or Excellus or whatever they're called, the more bossy sort of guys, and it turns into a fight. You get knocked down pretty quick. From Neptune, it goes to Pluto, and then Pluto will go to Eris and Sedna, and it kind of opens the whole thing. So I'm pretty close to unlocking almost all of it. I've got Sedna, Eris, and Pluto remaining. The dojo over here. If you decide to play, I really strongly recommend joining a dojo, joining a group. I don't talk to these guys. I don't know who they are, but they're big enough that they give you certain bonuses. So let me show you kind of why it's important to join a dojo. This is our dojo. This place is freaking huge. This is just one room, and these rooms go and go and they go and they go forever. There's so many rooms here. As you can see, there's the map. Lots and lots of space in here. But the reason to join a dojo, other than having people to play with, is they have 4 rooms here, Tenno Labs, basically, and they give you access to higher level equipment and special weapons that are only accessible here. You can't get these anywhere else. For instance, Wukong this is where I got Wukong. This is where I got Niza. You can't unlock Niza unless you're part of a dojo, part of a group. Certain weapons, same thing. So you come here, like the Nakana. I think the Nakana, unless you're going to pay platinum, you have to get the blueprint here. You can't get the blueprint anywhere else. And they have to be researched. Well, fortunately, this group has already researched everything, so I came in kind of at the right time where I don't have to do a whole lot, and I can enjoy the fruits of their labors, right? But each one of these little rooms, and they're all right here, give you access to different items, different weapons, different power-ups, things like that, that you can build. So you still have to get the resources, you still have to have the mastery rank to unlock them, but it gives you access to all kinds of just really cool stuff. So definitely, if you decide to join Warframe, give it a week. If you still enjoy it at the end of the week, join a dojo and see what you can get into. Combat Sentinel. So this is a little companion that can float around with you. I usually don't use companions simply because they end up taking my kills, and I'm like, no, that's my kill. What are you doing? They're more kind of irritation to me than anything, so I don't use them. But you certainly can have them. I made a death cube, and he's basically just a little floating machine gun that goes around with you and shoots randomly in all directions. Try doing a sneak mission with a floating machine gun. It does not work well. So I'm getting a network not responding. That's probably not good. All right. Well, I'm hoping that'll go away. I'm hoping it's not affecting my stream. I'm hoping. That sometimes means my internet's gone down at home. Oh, okay. So it's fixed again. So I'll tell you that's probably not my internet then. It's probably their servers or something. All right. Well, anyway, that was Warframe. Hour and a half. That's Warframe. Seriously, play this game. I love this game. Ignore all the weirdness and just come here for the gameplay because it is absolutely phenomenal. So much fun. And after, like I said, after a long day's work, it is so cathartic to walk into a room and be completely untouchable and just lay out devastation. It is amazing. So give it a shot. It's free. It's on Xbox. It's on PlayStation. It's on the Switch. And it is on PC. You can get it on Steam. Just look for Warframe. This is a good weekend to get into it. TennoCon this weekend. If you join it, make sure you're watching their Twitch streams. Turn on their notification bell for them because you're going to get good stuff. It's kind of a weird place to lay down. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. Like I said, I'm going on vacation. I'll be out of town for a little bit. But as soon as I can get back on, I will. You guys be safe. Have a good one. I will catch you next time. See ya.